So Beth, as you know, we welcome you to share your testimony about your understanding of treasure as a gift of God to the people of God. We're in our stewardship focus, remembering that it's really a way of life, not 4 Sundays a year for raising the church budget. But it's a way of life, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So welcome and thank you for sharing your heart and understanding of God's gift of treasure. Welcome.
Thank you. So I think there are a lot of different things we can treasure. We might treasure our appearance, our reputation, or our technology. There's our children, etc. So there's a lot of different things we can treasure. But one thing that God knows that we all treasure is our bank account, our income. That's just fact. We all do have place some value on our income. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding, though, about that treasure and its importance to God, because that's not really what God treasures. We treasure it, but that's not really what God treasures. Well, just to share something that doesn't sound like it's related to treasure, but it is to me. So my husband and I have a motorcycle. We like to take rides. Sometimes we'll drive somewhere for dinner and come back, and he drives and I just sit on the back and enjoy. And so we were out one night. I think we went to Beaufort for dinner, and we were coming back, and it was I think a summer night, beautiful sky full of stars, no interference from city lights, and I was just looking up at the stars, and they were gorgeous, and I was talking to God, and I was saying, wow, I just love this. This is so beautiful. Tell me about your nature, God. I want to understand more about this creator of the stars. And so I got a response. And the response was 3 words: I am love. So that's what God spoke to me. He spoke to me that He is love. And that is really the essence of what God is about. I think we misunderstand what it means to tithe and what it means to give back. We think it's about giving the church money. It is, but that's not really the essence of tithing. That's not really the point of tithing. Because God is love and He loves us so much, He wants us. He wants our attention. He wants our devotion. He wants our heart. He wants our obedience. When we give that to Him, He honors that in a lot of different ways that are sometimes sort of mysterious and hard to understand. But He does bless that. So part of the purpose of tithing really isn't just to give money. It's to honor God. It's to give a part of ourselves. And sometimes we think, well, we're giving what we earned. It's ours, but it all belongs to God anyway. Everything I have, my home, cars, business, bank accounts, whatever, I might think I did that, but that is all gift from God. None of it's going with me. How I utilize it is very important while I'm on earth. So that's how I view tithing. One thing that people don't tell you is how much fun it is to give. It really is a blast to be able to give away some of what God has given to you. It is so much fun to be able to help other people. And there's so many ways to do that. And it starts to become more important to you than your own desires because it's so much fun to do that. So that's something that most people don't talk about, is the joy of giving. Yeah, God, He wants to draw us to Him, however He can manage to do that. And He knows our income has our attention, and He knows if we're giving a portion of what we earn back to Him, it's a way of being devoted to Him and show Him that we treasure Him the same way that He treasures us. So that's part of why giving is so important. I remember when I first learned about the concept of tithing, I was in my 20s, and I was living paycheck to paycheck, and when I heard 10%, I thought, there's just no way. That mathematically does not work. So But I was really intrigued by the concept and by the opportunity to trust God with tithing. So I decided I would tithe what I could, so I did that. I started out there and then gradually built up my tithe to a full tithe over time. And it was amazing how along the way I never missed a bill. God never failed me in my trust of Him. He always made sure that everything worked out. So, and now it's just so much fun to give. It's really a joy to be able to do that. I think if you haven't tried tithing, it's a wonderful practice to give a try. And you might want to think about how you want to engage in a tithing process. And again, don't think about it for the church. It really isn't for the church. It's for you. It's part of your devotional practice and your trust in God.